Alright, what's up guys, it's KOSDFF here, and today we're going to be talking about a relatively controversial issue that hits kind of close to home, a conflict that's been widely debated on the internet over the last 24 hours, causing a reaction of a range of emotions from a bunch of different people who all got their legal educations from Law & Order. Now this entire cesspool of a situation is all centered upon a company called Merlin Cdltd. Now I purposely left off the D because they already handed that out to plenty of YouTubers. Now I say company in the loosest terms because I'm not actually sure they do anything. What they purport to do is help artists copyright claim their works on YouTube, so the artist can rightfully benefit from his or her property. Now this would be all fine and dandy if they actually did anything of what I just said. I've actually had a personal experience with them. If you guys didn't notice, my outro changed after being the same for 2 years. That was done very much on purpose and was due to copyright claims from Merlin Cdltd. Merlin Cdltd overall has claimed about 30 of my videos. Oh no, I take that back. They actually claimed about 50 of my videos, but 20 of the videos didn't actually have the song in it. I had simply given them credit in my default video descriptions because I used the outro so much. Because honestly, I really like these guys, and as much attention as I could bring them as possible, I really wanted to, not because they let me use their song, because they make fucking good music. But little did I know, having their names and the name of the song in the video description gave them cause to content claim my video. And not just one, but like 10. They even content claimed my ASUS videos. They content claimed our freestyle video. 3 of the content claims that not only didn't feature the song, they didn't have music, period. But YouTube does have a system to combat these wildly retarded claims, and of course they got taken away right away because I just responded, the song isn't even in this video. But that did lead me to the realization that they content claimed my video without even watching it. Now really think about that. This company, who purportedly employs 25 people, exerted a legal claim on my property without even viewing it, without even doing the due diligence to see if the property that they are claiming is even in the video. I've uploaded about 3 of Lost NASCAR trolling videos over the past 3 years, and they claimed all 3 of them. Obviously his videos didn't have my outro song in them, so who knows? But as far as my channel's concerned, none of that stuff really matters because it all got dismissed, which still leaves me with 30 videos content claimed by Merlin Cdltd on behalf of the artists who gave me permission to use the song. Now I've been in active communication with these artists. They've been very friendly and helpful. They've contacted Merlin Cdltd numerous times and have still not been able to get the content claims released on my videos. But believe it or not, I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones. Obviously they've tried to contact them, it hasn't worked. I really respect these guys. If you've noticed, I've referred to them as the artist this whole entire time. The only reason why this whole entire video isn't about the situation is, one, I respect them way too much to bring them negative attention. They let me use their song, I promoted them. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement. And I truly believe they've done everything in their power, but nonetheless, I didn't want to even name them to bring them any kind of negative attention because I'm kind of in a trap right now. I got permission to use a song, which I did, a song which is now being content claimed. The tide of YouTube has changed so much that I actually need like a written out license and contract with these guys that I'm Twitter buddies with. When I first found the song before the other 30,000 other YouTubers started using it, I found it on one of their Facebook pages, and they had actually said you can use any of our songs as long as you give credit. But of course, me doing a little bit of due diligence, I did reach out to them, to which they gave me basically a written permission over DM. But it's far from the legally enforceable document that I can just use to override any other claim. So is it worth going to fight for it all over 30 videos? Nah, screw it. The artists end up earning $1 or $2 off it. If these guys actually pay these guys, hey, that sounds like a good end. Today I wanted to go into the much larger issue surrounding Merlin, and that is their aggressive claiming and copywriting with anything to do with the damn Daniel guys. They've come under an enormous amount of scrutiny on Reddit and replied with this novel that anyone who hasn't seen 7 seasons of Law & Order would never understand. Now obviously I'm kind of kidding with that statement. Their 2-page line of bullshit actually was written in plain English, but the understanding of certain legal issues it takes to understand what they're saying is far more complex. Now the first thing I have to say is whoever's running PR over at Merlin Cdltd deserves to lose their job. They started off this long drawn out rant of hogwash literally in a defensive position, which the Fine Brothers taught us to never do. You should always charge stubbornly forward into the opposite of mass opinion. But honestly, 2 lines into this thing it'll have you dying. It starts off with them saying this whole thing got blown out of proportion fast. Well, that's how things get blown out of proportion. If it did it slowly, it wouldn't be blowing up. It would have trickled. It would have trickled out of proportion. Now, the second paragraph is when it really starts to get good. They literally say, despite popular belief, we're actually a real business. Now, I know you guys have heard this theme somewhere else. A real king doesn't have to say he's a king. He just simply is a king. I think the same thing applies to being a real business. Although I completely understand the reason why this guy called his own business into question, because honestly, I really do believe they have 25 people in their office just Googling the names of their artists, claiming whatever the fuck comes up. Whether it's a NASCAR trolling video or an ASUS promotion, claimed. But no, they didn't stop there. They went on to describe the things that actually make them a business, like having an office, about 25 employees. So I'm not really sure if that means they have a midget and they have 24 and a half employees, or does one guy not have use of both of his arms so he doesn't really count? But about 25 employees, I guess, is a roundabout estimate. I guess that means they have a dog that runs around the office and he's the mascot and they count him as an employee. He doesn't get benefits, but he does get a chauffeur. Then we spot our first grammar mistake: work with multitude of different kind of artists. I think they meant to say kinds of artists. Now, after describing all their assets, they finally actually answer the question and tell you what they do, and that is they manage rights on YouTube. And one of these rights holders working with Merlin Cdltd happens to be the damn Daniel kids. Now, I saw them on Ellen. That kid got a lifetime supply of Vans, but I guess he needed more money, so he went and signed up with these frauds, which gave Merlin the MO to go content claim everything damn Daniel on YouTube. And one such video was made by a popular YouTuber that goes by the moniker I Hate Everything. Now, if you haven't seen the video, it's one of those reaction style videos where he actually used the clip that was uploaded to those guys' Snapchat, I believe, in the actual video. Now, the legal waters of these reaction videos is pretty murky. Basically, you're stealing someone else's video, putting it in your own video, and usually talking shit about it, which usually pisses off the person who actually owns the video, and the dispute falls upon the body of law known as fair use, which in the briefest sense means you can use someone else's copyrighted materials for things like news, review, education, parody, stuff like that. Which is how a lot of these reaction YouTubers get away with what they do legally, by using someone else's videos. They only upload very small tidbits of the video, usually interrupted by a wealth of commentary, which would have them fall under the review category of fair use. Now, just in case you haven't seen 8 seasons of Law & Order, fair use is actually determined case by case, meaning there is no bright line rules. Meaning if I was to actually sue someone, actually file a complaint in a court against another person claiming copyright infringement, and they claimed fair use, there is no set of circumstances will allow that judge to just determine who was right and who was wrong before actually going to court. Which is the reason why I say those waters are murky. Now, diving forward into this moronic manifesto, we discover that the real issue falls upon YouTube's content claiming system, and Merlin Cdltds want to copyright the actual audio sample from those videos so that they can't be used in songs. Because a lot of people have used that audio sample to make a lot of EDM remixes and all these funny vines and videos and YouTube videos, and that's actually what Merlin Cdltd was looking to combat. Alright, so on to the next issue. They go on to talk about this 15 minutes of damn Daniel video. Now, as I'm speed reading this throw up on a website, I came along this little doozy of a sentence. They actually say we manage thousands of assets and 250 million views per month. In order to ensure our clients copyright protected, another weird grammar mistake, we have to go through and search for related content, which we've discovered is simply YouTube searching the artist's name. Now, eventually one of these about 25 employees stumbled upon a video and accidentally claimed it. But they didn't accidentally claim the video, they accidentally claimed the audio clip, which apparently triggers that automated system to go claim everybody who's got an audio clip of damn Daniel. But these slow-witted bastards threw us another curveball, and they actually claimed the wrong song. They claimed some random song by Dylan Daznot called Mine Tonight, which sent a river of content claims out to everyone that was using that song. But the magical being that it makes their company have about 25 employees actually fixed that problem within an hour, but then of course went on to content claim damn Daniel. When you have something going as viral as damn Daniel going across the internet, well, you've just unleashed a volcano of stupid, dripping dumb down on all the villagers. And I'm not saying it's dumb because the damn Daniel kids shouldn't get some revenue out of all this. I'm saying it's dumb because this company, who apparently specializes in representing talent and being an agent for these people and protecting their legal rights, didn't think to tell these 14-year-olds that are going viral on the internet right now that going and content claiming a whole bunch of other internet famous people's shit would just piss off everybody, and therefore attach a negative cloud to your only claim to fame. And that might not be how you want to be perceived or remembered. And although I'm all for this legal stuff, I do have kind of a soft underbelly when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I believe if the law was held to its strictest sense in a lot of these situations, these things wouldn't go viral. We wouldn't get to benefit from this free flowing of information. Now, they started with the phrase belly of the beast. Okay, we know you're 40. Which leads into a monologue conversation with himself about fair use, to which he snottily replies, "Ah, yes, fair use. One of the hardest, most complex, and highly debated issues within the intellectual property and entertainment world." To me, it read just like the Greg Jennings video, and he's like, Darren Chapa, one of the most hottenest, hittingest safeties in the league. But really, we're talking about fair use, and although everything they said is true, I mean, come on, it's not exactly like some complex engineering formula that none of us have any chance of figuring out. You can Google fair use, and I'm pretty sure that's how About 25 actually got all this information. Now, of course, they link a YouTube video that exemplifies exactly what they think fair use is, and it's everything I described earlier. They never included the whole clip unadulterated from its original form. They talked over it. They didn't even use the damn Daniel audio, probably because they've heard of these Merlin pricks. And they go on to give two biblical examples of Tosh.0 and TMZ. Yes, screw the countless Supreme Court cases, judges' opinions and dissents, legal writings and journals. We're gonna go with TMZ and motherfucking Tosh.0. They seemed well versed in legal matters. By the way, the only reason why they even talked about Tosh.0 is to say that he licensed material from them. Don't kid yourself, 24, it was About 25. Y'all didn't do shit, y'all are busy YouTube searching shit. Now, the one thing I'll give About 25 credit for is he does go on to defend his fellow employees, saying that they are people too, that they've received death threats, obscene images, and have been harassed. Which he or she had me until harassed, because they're harassing thousands of people on the internet right now. I don't feel bad for you getting harassed. Sorry. You're literally making money harassing these people. We're just having opinions. Well, I guess that's a bad example because I'm making a YouTube video, but I posted on Reddit and I didn't get paid for that shit. They of course state that they just want to solve this as quickly as possible, which if they had half a brain would be pretty easy to solve. Just release all the claims. This is the dumbest thing to try to make a buck off of. There are literally millions of ways you can earn an honest buck with having a large internet social media following. Trust me, I know. Literally me and every single one of my friends is making a good living doing it. And lots of us made plenty of videos for other YouTubers when we first got started. And now that we're here, we're not going back and trying to get money off that guy. And if these damn Daniel kids weren't 14 or were listening to anyone with half a brain, they'd realize that they could turn this into a much more profitable and much more positive scenario and future for them instead of content claiming videos on YouTube. That is a low way to earn money. But that could be a whole nother video. Honestly, I respect Merlin Cdltd's mission, what they're actually doing, because what they're doing is protecting the legal rights of copyright holders, and I'm all for that, but it's how they do it. Now, of course, my opinion's a little skewed because they claimed 10 of my videos that didn't even have the song they had the rights to claim in it. So if I was going to give some advice to the About 25 people over at Merlin Cdltd, is to calm down, think about your situation. You reacted in the dumbest way I could possibly imagine. And worst off, you did it right after the Fine Brothers did pretty much the same thing. They thought of a way to make a quick buck despite their infinite knowledge of mass opinion being YouTubers, painted it with some white knight coat of bullshit, and tried to forge through the jungle of earning easy money. And herein lies my quabble with the whole system. This is YouTube. It should be different. It's the internet. And on a somewhat related note, I have the same opinion about content claiming. The fact that 10 seconds of my 10-minute video had your song in it shouldn't entitle you to all the revenue from my video going forward. And the thing YouTube doesn't tell you is if your video gets over 100,000 views, you can't go back and take that song off, so it's just forever their property. Unless you have some contract that's signed and notarized by two assholes that you had to pay $100 just to fucking be in the room with you, or a blood sacrifice from the artist. Most people don't have either. There's an artist that's hungry to grow, there's a YouTuber that wants music, boom, they cross promote, everybody gets what they want. But in comes a self-proclaimed non-profit company claiming to just want to protect the rights of artists, but the real explanation is they don't have enough capital to actually buy the song off the artists. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't want to just invest that much into all these little assets. Nah, these guys are stupid. We'll get them to sign on with us and we'll just give them a piece. Fuck it, they don't know we're just YouTube searching their names. If those assholes knew 24 of us just went outside of the back of the building and played shuffleboard and drank beer all day, while we let little Nemo search your name, there's no way we could get them to believe this line of bullshit. But that's right about when About 25 walks in the room with this genius plan, and boom, you're on Reddit saying this isn't the end of YouTube, that this is only the beginning. Man, that sure does sound familiar. The Fine Brothers should content claim that sentence, 100%. That was their unique stamp of stupid. It's almost like Merlin and the Fine Brothers got together at a Waffle House a couple weeks ago, laid out this brilliant plan, but Merlin got the email late and fucked up. They were too busy YouTube protecting their artists' copyrights. Everyone knows you get away with murder and you earn an easy buck content claiming other people's videos because most of the time we don't even notice their content claimed. And two, if we do, we don't really even feel like fighting them because it's one video out of the hundreds we upload. But if they do it to enough people, they can turn $1 from every single one of them into a multi-million-dollar corporation funding a shuffleboard tournament for About 25 assholes. Hope you guys liked the video. Peace.